Hi. Oh, shit. I'm not in. I forget. Start over again.
Just leave it there. Just keep going. Allow yourself to make a mistake. Okay.
Hi, I'm JP.
I'm Erica.
So, what do you do for a living?
I teach English at the University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire.
All right. So, I'm going to interview about the 7 dimensions of wellness.
Yeah.
And the dimension you picked, which was the strongest, was intellectual.
Yeah.
So, why do you think so?
Why do I think so?
Yeah.
I really like living in my brain. Heard this great quote from another professor who's giving a TED talk. Actually, he said that academics think of their bodies as a way to get their head places, to get their head to meetings, and I was like, yeah, word. I enjoy reading. I enjoy, contemplative activities, things that are introspective. I wouldn't watch a chess game, but I would play one. And I like the idea of working toward mastery, getting better at something, challenging myself. What else? Isolation, actually. I really enjoy the sort of almost monastic quality of scholarship. You're in the library a lot. You're just, I don't know. And I like collecting histories too. A lot of the time, academic work is the collection of history. So it's my thing. I am my own BBC channel, I just don't have David Attenborough in my head.
So. All right, so okay, that covers question 2 then. So now we're gonna move on to your.
Well, no, it does. I mean, the intellectual dimension is like it's not just. What do you mean by dimension?
Oh, that's just a title, just like.
Yeah, I know, but what does it? That's not my. It's not my discipline area. So, what is an intellectual dimension?
Like, what do you enjoy about it? Like, about your intellectual dimension.
So it's like a sort of arbitrary distinction of 8 different components of existence, or
yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe it does answer the question. I don't know. See, that's what I like about the questioning, inquiry. Yeah. Okay.
So now we're gonna move on to your dimension that you would like to improve on, and that was the physical aspect. So, how much do you exercise like right now?
On purpose? Deliberately?
Sure, yeah.
I have not regained my workout regimen from moving. Like I think that's why I put the physical down. Like before I moved to Eau Claire in July, like I had friends that I walked with, I had people to hang out with, and I knew all the bike paths and felt really comfortable. And then I moved away from all my friends and all the people I know, and then the one path I really liked got flooded.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm still sort of trying to figure out every pretty basic stuff. Like I just really understood where to go grocery shopping for the, like you move to a new community, you got to figure all that stuff out. So, I purposely park on the other side of the pedestrian bridge as a way to make myself at least walk from that parking lot next to Haas to campus and back every day. Yeah, I mean, because I know right now it's like I have to trick myself because I get up at 4:30 or 5 to work on my dissertation and then come to work and have to spend an awful lot of time sitting down and being in a building, and then I have to turn around and go home, and I'm usually pretty spent. I'm in bed by 9:30, and if I'm not, I'm a zombie. So I've been trying to figure out, like, I know when I'm getting really stressed out, I have a yoga DVD I really like. I haven't had a chance to sort of scope out the yoga scene in town. I really like riding my bike. So yeah.
So that's something you would enjoy. The next question was, what type of exercises do you enjoy and not enjoy, and you enjoy?
Yeah, I really like riding my bike. I liked before I moved. Actually, it was before I started my dissertation process. I was in the climbing club at UNL, so I was about 20 pounds lighter than I am now because I was riding my bike commuting, meeting people for climbing, on our climbing wall and having a really good time. I had better friends too. But let's see, I'm trying to think. Oh, and then as I was preparing for a 5K, plantar fasciitis, so I couldn't do the walking so much, and that really sucked. Moving sucked. So I'm just now to a point where my foot's doing much better. So I like to walk. I like to ride my bike. I liked rowing and I like weightlifting. I'm not very good at manufacturing any kind of joy in aerobics classes or any of the other classes where Zumba, that kind of stuff. Like, I know that that's supposed to be fun, and maybe that will be, but somehow shaking my groove thing with a bunch of other, it doesn't, I don't know. So I don't enjoy that kind of stuff.
So, if we made a fitness program for you, would you want? I mean, would how long would you want it to be?
Well, I don't know. I mean, how long is the class?
Like the kids class I'm taking right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a semester.
Oh, you don't have like a check back period or a check back project or anything like that?
No, I don't think
Oh.
so.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I could try it from like now till the end of the semester, or, and if it's going well, just keep on keeping on. But, what do you think would be fun for you as a student? See, remember I told you guys that the teaching learning thing was reciprocal. So
Yeah. So.
yeah, like, so this is your opportunity to teach me. So like, okay, well, what do you want?
Well, the next question was like, how do you keep track of your program? So like, would you want to do like a log?
Yeah,
Or...
I have like a whole bunch of little notepads and stuff that can very easily be a log, or you could make one or whatever. I used to have one at my gym. I don't belong to a gym anymore, by the way. Question 8.
Yeah. So if you don't, would you want to? If we rephrase this question, would you want to get to like? Would you want to look at new gyms around the area, like the YMCA or something?
I looked at the Y.
Or McPhee.
I might be tempted to do McPhee, although it is really troublesome. I mean, it's hard to be with students all day and then go be with students some more to work out.
Yeah.
I could go look at Highland, or could do something that might get me through the winter, which would be to kind of build a home gym of some kind.
Home gym, okay.
Like build a home.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go build a house. Just get me a tool belt. That's the plan. That's gonna keep me motivated because I need a roof. No, to sort of like build up some things at home that you could use, so that you could never use the excuse like, oh, it snowed today.
Yeah. So.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I've been thinking about that because I have a basement, so it'd be fun to kind of have some stuff. I used to have a treadmill that I really liked actually, and then I lost that. It moved out along with a person. So
if you would have a home gym that actually moves perfectly with the next question, like how do you keep motivated? You just said that.
Yeah, like it's not. I do a lot of stuff for students. Like I trick myself a lot. If I start doing it for a student, it turns into something that ends up being for me. But also like, there are parts about having a healthier life that I miss. Honestly, I never thought I'd say that. I mean, not as much as I'll miss Reese's peanut butter cups, but still, or a good French fry. Man, I'm going through withdrawals because French fries used to be all the time, and now they're hardly ever.
I'm at the calf all the time. You can't avoid them.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't eat in Davies ever, and so it's like in fact, actually, I'm very proud of this. I pack my lunch every day: cheese, raw vegetables, and a yogurt dip, and then I have some kind of protein, whether it's an egg or lean meat, and I have nuts and cranberries.
That's good. Yeah.
Every day. And so I have 2 of those. I pack my lunches 2 at a time, so no excuses. So yeah. So I think if I'm motivated enough to do that for the last 3 months, I can handle.
So the next question would you feel more motivated working out with a friend?
Well, since I don't have any friends in Eau Claire and I just moved here, I'd be like, do I have to carry a cardboard friend with me? Because I don't have one. Like, I have work colleagues. I might be able to get somebody interested. But I don't know. I think I might have to go it alone for a while. I mean, I'm tempted to sort of push toward taking a Zumba class as much as I hate the idea, just for the sake of meeting new people in this town. So I'm going back and forth. So don't be afraid to throw in that kind of thing in your planning, if there's a good one around.
There's actually if you would join a gym,
mm-hmm.
Like there's kind of like a sense of ownership. You could also make friends there
too.
I know.
So if I join gym, I'll think about it. I don't know what gym membership fees are around here, so I'll have to go check it out.
So if you would continue with this program or like this log and this workout log, what would be like your goal, like your main goal?
Well, we know that it would have to be a intrinsic motivator, right? That extrinsic motivators don't work as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me, it would just be a sense of self care.
Self care.
Yeah, because I think that that matters more to me than any kind of like, I want to be a size 10 before Christmas. None of that stuff. I think that self care and learning to practice that and model it for your kids and your grandkids and your students is kind of a big deal.
Just like a role model.
Kinda,
Yeah.
in a way. I mean, you teach people how to treat you, so if you don't treat yourself with a lot of self care, sometimes people don't treat you with care either.
And that also ties in with question 12 too.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
an
okay.
overachiever on your questions. I can see this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so your overall attitude or sense of life would be being a role model almost. And
yeah, I guess. I mean, not meaning to. It's really. I mean, I think the concept of self love sounds a little hokey on the surface, but you know, it's a literacy issue too. Like until a family, if you're not like, I was born in a family where they thought like gravy and ranch dressing were beverages, right? That's where I lived. So it wasn't until I got out on my own that I understood that the food pyramid wasn't a myth or that or a place in Egypt. You know, I was like, oh really? I thought okay. And then I started working on how to be healthier on my own because if like my family didn't. I mean, my dad would get into like the scientific end of things, and the only time he was physically fit was right before he left my mother. So, you know, he went through a midlife thing, got fit, got tan, got girlfriend. So like, if you're inventing that process, then I think maybe to enjoy inventing that process might be a better goal than imagining in any kind of way what you think the end result's going to be. Because when it's truly an important process that you have ownership of, and make these investments in, you can't predict the outcome. Not really. You can only say, I'm going to invest in this process and try. You know what I mean?
That's a good motive. That's a good attitude, I guess. Too.
You know, like because people focus too much on the out. Like they tell you, well, if you do this, you're going to lose weight. You do this, you're going to be healthier. You do this, you do this. It's like all these extrinsic motivators, but what about if you try this, you're going to discover things that you didn't know about yourself before? Well, that's kind of a more interesting set of issues, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I can. To me, as soon as I set a goal in that way and put a finite expectation on it, then I tend to fixate just on the one thing instead of making room for observing all the other things that come along. So I don't know. It doesn't help you at all, I'm sure, but that's how I really think. So.
All right, well.
Okay, so good. Best of luck to you guys. I don't like anything. No, I won't be buying a gym. And maybe if I made regular faculty pay, maybe. But I don't. I'm a VAP. So.
All right, well, that's all my questions for today.
Awesome.
So
cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.